What's up, guys? NottheWinner here, and I wanted to talk to you guys about some tips and tricks in Swords and Sandals Immortals. Now, this game is just launched, literally launched today. So, some of you guys might notice that there's a few things that are not complete in the game, such as the Armorer. You cannot forge yet. And if you go to the enchanter, you cannot do enchantments yet. The feature's coming soon. So you'll notice when you go to buy from them, they have these runes. These can only be used by enchanting, and these blueprints can only be used by forging. So do not waste any of your money on these runes or these blueprints. You cannot use them yet. Maybe I don't know how long it's going to take for those features to be released. So it might be a good idea to save up some really, really powerful ones that you think you might use later on down the line. But remember, your character's only around for the 300 days. And you might knock through all of those 300 days before that feature comes out. So try not to waste a ton of gold on anything like that. As far as it comes down to it, when it comes down to weapons, the level 15 guitar is the exact same as my level 5 guitar. The damage is the same, it's the same two-handed weapon. I don't really see any difference. I'm going to still buy it and see if there is one, but I do not believe that there is any stat difference there, meaning that it's not worth wasting your money on. Now, granted, it might actually increase how much sonic damage I do, in which case it will have a strong value. And we'll check that in a fight selector in this video. One thing I'd like to point out, though, guys, you're going to see as you go across these maps, and you start off over here at Willard Sound. Early on, you'll be asked to move on to Shackleford after you've beaten your first boss. The bosses, as when it comes down to those, make sure you've gotten yourself a high enough stat that you're going to be able to survive. Some people are going to want to build their characters pretty evenly. As far as my stats go, if you notice, I somehow got some points in agility. I think that was a bug when I loaded. But vitality, I got like 5. Stamina, I got 5. That I got from a quest. And then 29 charisma. So I'm all about yelling at people. And my skills are set up with taunt, meaty burp, and power chord as my only 3 that I use. And I typically only use power chord. All I do is play the guitar, and that's how I win every single fight. So it's a kind of a cheese strategy, but I'm all the way up in Clerg right now. And if you notice, you could have gone 1, 5, 12, but I went to Gallowstone and over to Clerg. And then I recently tried to explore this dungeon here. It turns out dungeons are also in early development. So you may end up wasting 6 days heading over to this dungeon, which I only wasted 2 days heading over to this one and 2 days heading back. But fact of the matter is, it's not available yet. It's not something that you can run. So you are using some of your days, your very, very, very limited days, traveling somewhere that does not work yet. So do not head into dungeons yet. Do not buy the alchemy items yet. Do not buy the forge items yet. All of those are currently not in the game. If you're having struggles, also in the map, you can zoom in and out just by scrolling on your mouse bar. You can drag it around by clicking and holding on the map to explore. And you can see it's a fairly decent sized map that we got going on here for Swords and Sandals. Oh, did I just break it? Here we go. Now it's letting me click again. Yeah, I guess it didn't want me to explore that far. But you see, like, those were level 70. These are level 40. So there's still a while to go. I thought level cap was 50 in this game. And it's seeming like this one might be pushing in the 70 to 100 range, which is very nice to see. As far as other things in the game, you're going to notice that you start collecting certain currencies. You have gold, you have these gems, and then these, I guess, crystals that I haven't come across yet. So if I enter Clerg and enter the encampment, it's nighttime right now. We'll go ahead and rest at the campfire, reset everything, and let's see what kind of armor I can buy. If we go to the armor, we go to buy, and we scroll down to the bottom here. I can't use shields because I'm playing a guitar, but this is 85 instead of 51 for only 3k. Sure. So that's a huge boost to my armor, and you can just keep on doing this. As you play the game, you're going to earn more and more and more of this. And you're going to notice better and better gear consistently. So you just keep on picking those up as needed, and if you don't need them, you don't have to pick them up, which is great. So you can take your time and decide when you actually want to buy your upgrades. You might want to skip a couple tiers and then start buying again later, right? Let's see. Anything else of value? No, my currently equipped is better. Nothing else to really buy there. Another thing that I'll point out about the Enchantress, though, is she has Alchemized. This is where you can turn some of these stars, sorry, not gems, stars, into gold. And you can see 200 of these stars were turned into 27,000 gold. Stars, though, is how you're going to be learning a lot of your skills, your talents. So we go into training and we click learn skill. I like to sort by the guitar stuff, and we see like I can get intimidate and provoke once I'm level 18. I can grab solo right now. I can grab wail at level 18, which is definitely something that I'd be considering. So overall, there's definitely some useful skills that you can grab out of there, and you might want to save up some of your stars. Simulacrum also does not work yet. Let's see, what else do we have? Over at the tavern here, you can buy yourself some foods. These provisions are meant for dungeons. I bought a whole bunch of food from one of, like when he had his shop before. And I bought myself one of his, well, stallions or horses. Dungeons don't work yet, though. So the food is pointless. Don't waste your money on any of this food yet because you can't use it. So the horse is definitely worth it, decreasing your travel time, making it a lot easier to travel around the map without using all of your travel time. I didn't actually check to see if it did adjust the amount of time it took, or if it's purely cosmetic at this point. It may be a feature that they still got to add to the game. I do believe it made a difference, but I can't say for sure. But we are going to test in the fight if that new guitar makes any difference on how much damage I'm dealing. And I'm going to assume it doesn't. Unless it's meant to just show low attack power and actually change its amplification power. Dang, buddy, calm down. It looked like the exact same damage to me. Yeah. Unlucky. But that's okay. We're definitely okay with that. That means that we don't have to keep buying better and better guitars. It's more about us getting our charisma up. And as you guys are seeing, it's pretty easy to bust through these guys. No, I don't think I can beat the regional champ for this zone yet. Do I think I'm close? Hell yeah. Actually, with this armor boost, it might be possible. Totally forgot I just bought all that. Yeah, it's kind of beefy. Look at this guy. Trying to tear through my armor. No thank you, sir. Big finish. But yeah, guys, and this is how I earn my gold and my XP and, you know, those stars. I don't know why I can never remember the name. So if you go to the overworld, that's how you're traveling between cities. The dungeons do not work yet. If you go to your campfire, you're resting for the day. So knock out as much of the day as possible before you do your rest. You only have a limited number of days, so make good use of them. Tavern, you only need that to buy a horse at the moment because all the food is for dungeons, which do not work. Another point back to the overworld. Weaponsmith, he is gonna provide you weapons, but if you're going guitar and doing Sonic, you don't need to buy the better guitar. It's the same as the previous. Armor, he cannot use the forge yet, so don't buy any recipes from the Enchantress, but you can use him to beef up your armor constantly, and it's fairly cheap on the gold costs compared to what you're earning as you progress through the game. At the very, very, very start, first couple battles, of course you don't have any gold, but it starts to build up quick. The Enchantress is obviously great for her alchemize ability, so you can get more gold when you don't need stars, but her enchant does not work yet. So most of the stuff that you're buying from her is useless, except for, I guess, potions. But the temporary boost from the potion could be extremely useful in very specific fights. Those are more for when you're going to take on a Doom Trek or a world boss. Or not world boss, a regional champion. Had to make sure I got the text right. Training's where you're going to go to learn all your skills, guys. This is where you learn all the skills, but the Simulacrum does not work yet. So just move straight to learning skills. And then fight selectors where you do all of your basic fights. Doom Trek is that big coliseum where you're going to be fighting off against some of the masters. Once you defeat the 12 masters, you get the opportunity to take on the final boss in the game. So that's really the end goal here. You guys want to be able to be progressing through that Doom Trek so you can take on the final boss of the game before 300 days pass. And guys, if all these tips and tricks have been helpful to you, please like and subscribe. I plan on bringing many more. The game just launched just under 12 hours ago. So if you guys enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and get prepared for some more Swords and Sandals content. Thanks for watching.